A very good morning. Am I live? Yes, I am live now. Very, very good morning to everyone. Back here, back at home, back on my beach, and right here, the spot I'm standing in right now has a little bit of wind, a little of a breeze, and it feels really good. When I came down here, it felt so hot this morning. The air felt as if I have a blow dryer blowing on me. So hot day today. My name is Mona Abdulrahim-Santl from Mind Your Power, and haven't been here for a few days now. I've been away. So I'm back on my beach walks in the morning, on my walks in the morning, on my walk and talks in the morning, and just thinking of what could inspire me today to start my day, and at the same time, what could inspire you? Because maybe some people have the same thoughts that I have. We all think differently, and we all have different things that we planned for the day. But maybe sometimes, at least it happens to me, someone says a word or a sentence, or I read a quote or a post on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, somewhere, and I think, that really, really resonates with me. And this is what I'm trying to do right here, just sharing my thoughts and seeing if that resonates with any one of you. So today is Friday. I have just a few things, not a lot, a few meetings, not long ones. So it's a calm day. It's a little bit of an easy day for me. And so what is easy and what does easy mean? And as I was walking down today, because it was so hot, after about half of the, and usually I stop at these rocks right here because that's my back and forth, and sometimes I go past. But as I was in the middle of my very first round, again, usually depends, I do between 2 and 5, depending on my mood, depending on the time I have. Today, after only half of a beach stretch, I thought, it's hot. I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna go back. I don't feel like walking. And then I thought to myself, but I'm here to walk, and I haven't done my video yet, and I really would like to do this, and why do I stop? And we have different personalities, and people have different personality styles and different ways of working, but you know, to be very aware of yourself is a good thing. And I know that sometimes I stop before I get to the end with whatever I'm doing. And so I thought to myself, you know what, perseverance is good. It's just good to go through what you started. So I focused very, very much not on the heat, but I focused on my feet. I focused on the sand. I focused on my legs that were walking, and it felt good because I had moved a lot the last 2 days, and that felt good, and that kept me going. And not only it kept me going till where I usually stop here at the rocks, but I thought, you know, today I'll go even further. And for those of you who are following my talks for longer, so there's the beaches. It's basically a very long beach, but it's divided by these rocks here, and then sometimes the tide is very high, and I go around the top. Sometimes I can actually walk in the water. Today it's low, but it's not very low. But I thought, okay, let me go to the second stretch and walk over there. So I felt somehow just motivated to continue, just because I was in the moment, just because I was feeling the sand, and it felt good. And then I got to this point here where the sand didn't feel as sandy anymore, but more pebbly, and so this stretch here has a lot of shells. It's actually shells that are here, and they are a little bit harsh on the feet. Harsh, I don't know, harsh. I think you can say this, but anyway. So the thing is, it became harder to walk, and I had to walk slower, making sure that my feet are not crushing these shells, so it didn't hurt. So I had to walk slower, but I still managed to walk. And I think that's exactly the point. You know, sometimes we face hardships. So the first hardship today was the wind and the heat, and I thought, no. Then I thought, let me focus on something else. Let me focus on the reason I'm here, and my legs, and my walking, and my health. And it's not really health, but it's the stamina. It's also not stamina. Why am I at a loss of words today. Just the exercise. Maybe that's the right word. Yeah. So it's really about the exercise. It's about feeling back home, feeling the sand, feeling connected, getting the energy out of the sand, out of the ground, out of the water, etc. And this was the first hardship. And then get into these little shells and thinking, okay, that's another hardship, because now it's not as easy to walk anymore. So again, the first one was more a mental block that I overcame, and then the second was more a physical one. And then I need to actually watch my steps. I need to look where I'm walking, and walk slower. And I walked all the way, and now I'm on my way back. And again, think about your life, because that's all about you now here. How many times do you actually stop when you face a kind of a hardship? And what is it? Sometimes it is a physical barrier, right? Something that is right in front of us, and we say, it's so difficult to get past it. There's so much effort involved. Sometimes it's a mental one where we say, I don't think I can do it. It's just too much for me. I don't have the necessary skills I need. I don't have the mental capacity at the moment. And sometimes it's even emotional, where we say, I don't feel like doing it, because I don't feel like going and talking to that person. I in fact had, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, when I spoke about that feeling that I had, that was like I needed to do another step for my business and actually talk to someone, and it felt like I had that feeling that knots in my gut. And the thing is, I did, and it turned out we found a solution. It turned out we found a perfect solution. And it turns out that sometimes these emotional blocks, if we refrain from moving forward with them, the blocks will stay blocks. It's only that we turn away and go backwards, but the blocks are still there. So they don't move away. So if you feel that there is any sort of challenge, a block, a hardship, whatever you want to call it, in something in your way, and you have that goal and you have a vision, sometimes it's clearly defined and it's a really smart goal, and sometimes it's just a vision. But when you feel that you have that, and then you face any kind of these barriers or goals, ask yourself, what can I do to really overcome that one? And as in my case this morning, sometimes it's just focusing on what do I have versus what don't I have, or what do I like about that situation versus what do I not like about that situation, right? So in my case this morning, it was, I like the sand. I don't like the heat, but I like the sand. So what do I have? And then sometimes when it's these mental or emotional barriers, what if I did it, and what if I didn't do it? And again, think about it. It's still there. But if I don't do it, I just turn around and I go backwards. And who knows? Maybe there's another one on the other side. So, I've been more and more expressing ever since I had that big decision to make about a month ago, to actually let go of someone for work. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. But it encouraged me to really do what I need to do for the business, obviously, for myself, but also for the other person. Because if we sense that there is that barrier, it's energy, right? If we sense it, the other person definitely also senses it. So I encourage you to look at whatever hardships you're facing, whatever barriers are there in your life, and saying, what can I do about it? What can I do? This is the thought of today. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And some of you are still in their nights, but when you wake up, you will have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. My name is Mona Abdulrahim-Santl from Mind Your Power. And by the way, very, very, very soon, I will have a huge launch to announce, and I am so, so, so excited about it. But more when the time is right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.